I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever selling back to tether. We are never, ever, ever selling back to tether. We've got lots of bitcoins, lots of shit coins, watch them bleed. But we are never, ever, ever, ever selling back to tether.
And then I bought it all back higher.
I swore I'd never hodl it again, so I sold it when it hit like 7 grand. Then I bought it back at 12 and then again at 15, then bought more at 18. You might call me crazy, but ooh, I sold the dip again last night, and this time I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever selling back to tether. We are never, ever, ever selling back to tether. We've got lots of bitcoins, lots of shit coins, watch them bleed. But we are never, ever, ever, ever selling back to tether.
Hello everybody, hope that you are doing very well and welcome to this live stream where we're going to be going over the Bitcoin chart. I'll be going over my current trades, my current positions, and what I am exactly looking for over the, well, could be next few months, right? I'm going to be going over the Bitcoin chart here. Obviously, lower term time frame perspectives build up into higher term time frame perspectives. I'm going to be teaching you in this live stream how to manage these positions, how to not be fearful on such rises or euphoric even on such rises. Just trade the charts, keep calm, keep collected, and continue to crush the charts alongside us. CC Pool, it's going to be a good one. I'm feeling very happy for it. You can probably see we got some wonderful music to start off the show tonight, and that's one that we can't beat. That's an old favorite from back in the day, right? Back in the day favorite from us on that. But yeah, man, I got the trailer, that got me hyped, I'm not going to lie. Watching that trailer got me hyped. Then finding that song, I was like, wow, this is the perfect match for the perfect stream that you're going to be watching tonight. So, hey, all that said, let's get into the show. Obviously now, it was months. We went months and months and months without doing public live streams on YouTube. Of course, I've been working ahead, working away in the background on the back end sort of thing on Chart Champions. But for the public face, it's been a very long time since I've done these like live streams. Okay, and last week we had a live stream. Here we are with another one. So yeah, hope that you enjoy this. A little bit of course, we can have a little bit of fun in these live streams, but as well as that, of course, you are going to learn from it. You are going to understand what I'm looking at. So there is obviously benefits for yourself for watching this, as well as the entertainment value that I will undoubtedly bring you in this video, of course. And yeah, maybe then we'll end with some nice questions and answers to wrap it off. But first of all, I want you to understand what I'm looking at and, you know, what I believe is coming next on the Bitcoin chart. So I will also explain the current trades I'm in, okay? So yeah, where we left off last week's video, I'm going to do probably will last 10 or so minutes because I want to do a recap because I haven't even done a public YouTube video, just a normal video this week. I've been really working hard on the daily live stream updates on the Elliott Wave series. Yeah, I've just not really had the time to do a public video. So I'm going to really quickly recap you over the past week, bringing us up to where we are now and why I personally am long and bullish. I'll be explaining that through this live stream so you understand the exact reasons why and really what I'm looking for next. So in last week's live stream, we obviously were trading down and around the CC, right? And this initial place for me, of course, I knew what support we were at. It's the CC. Of course, I'm not going to not understand that. But for me, I wasn't that interested in a long at this point. I needed to wait for more time and more data. And obviously, my more time and more data was instead of just longing here where we are right now, at this moment in time, we were still in our downtrend. We were still, you know, we had no no sign of strength at all. And this is what I would call like a really risky long trade. So the best play is to, wait it out for a day, 2 days, wait for more data to form, wait for this range that I was anticipating to, come to fruition. And then we're going to start to have a trade, be it long or short. At this exact moment in time last week, I personally didn't have a trade. I needed to wait for more time and data. And well, in the end, obviously we were looking at that channel, and what actually happened was kind of like this scenario that I had pointed out. We in the end broke out of that channel. We held it as support. And well, then we looked for a pump to the upside, and a pump to the upside is exactly what we got. Okay, so I want to explain this in a little bit more detail as well. I know I've already gone through this in one video, but just to recap really briefly, we broke out of that channel. Okay, so as we were kind of looking at breakout, hold that channel resistance as support. That is what happened, right? We broke out of that channel. We held it as support, we held it as support, we held it as support. We start to get our move to the upside. For me, at that moment in time, we go straight through the NPOC that we had above us. We had 21,637 marked out as an NPOC resistance. What we done is, even on the 1 minute chart, straight through the level. I will always tell you this, trade the reaction, trade the reaction, trade the reaction. And we went straight through that level and held it as support. Of course, there's no short trade to be had. And actually reclaiming that level, which was around 21,700, was for me a very bullish sign. Because for me, 21,700 was a key level on the chart. And to see us reclaim that level, to see us get the strength above it, for me was a very, very bullish sign indeed. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of. Of course, when we broke out and held this channel as support, we had very big bullish divergences. So we had a lot of things coming together. We had the order flow was bullish. We now have bullish market structure. And then, of course, we go on to reclaim such a massive key level on the chart back as support at 21,700. This is very bullish signs indeed. Early on, still while we're trading at around 21,700, okay? Of course, back in that time as well, we had the big bullish funding rates, something to also be aware of, right? And, these are the things that lead together for expecting a pump to the upside. Reclaiming key levels, okay, seeing big bullish divergences, seeing really bullish funding rates. These are things coming together to give you the perspective of, okay, we are likely to see a rise here. As you can see, patience is what we needed. Of course, means we don't long the exact low. I will happily put my hand up and say I did not long the exact low there, okay? But I did manage to, get into a trade after a channel reclaim. Unlike others, Lee, I'm going to talk about you, my friend. Lee, absolutely shining there, understanding, patience. We didn't long 19,500. We longed $1,000 above it, 20,500, 20,400. But that is on the sign of strength on the channel reclaim, okay? And now we start to move on. And I'll start to explain, exactly how to be like Lee, right? So instead of, the swing failure pattern on the tight mini range consolidation, huge bullish divergences, read the order flow, and that comes together to give you those long entries at the time, right? And then I'm going to try and ace through this really quick. I really don't want to spend too much more time on this. But basically, we kept on going up through levels. This was nearly 5 days ago. I'm still telling my team, no shorts for me. Want to see higher. I'm not going to be shorting this rise. Every level we get to, we're flipping into support. Back then I was saying I want to see above $25,000. I'm remaining bullish. I'm not shorting. There's going to be a reoccurring theme that you're going to see from, the 13th over the next, 4 or 5 days here, because I'm still bullish now, is that I've been telling to my team, want higher, looking for higher, preferring higher, remaining bullish, not shorting yet. That is going to be a common theme, as you're going to see. Even posting for you on Twitter while we were trading at $23,000, I'm looking for higher prices above $25,000. Okay, 0 shorts taken today, 0 shorts taken on the weekend. Okay, trade the reactions. There's been nothing bearish at all. So really simply keep looking for higher, and really simply every time we got to our next level, we just went straight through it. It has been a relatively easy week of trading in that regards, because each level has just been gone straight through. There's no reaction, there's no short, and it's quite simple. Remain bullish and look for higher prices. While we were trading at $23,000, telling you all I'm looking above $25,000. Okay, still updating my team on my daily updates. Remaining bullish, still looking for higher. Okay, telling my team here, now we're trading at $26,000. I got your back here. Why? Because we're getting this how we wanted to see it, right? Remaining bullish, still looking for higher. And this is from an update from today, this morning. Okay, nice and easy. I'm going to explain this channel that we were obviously looking at in the last video that I done. If it's not clear, I'm still remaining bullish. I'm still looking for higher prices. Okay, simple stuff here, to be honest. Okay, and then here we go. This is the channel that we were looking at last. So in the last video, I obviously gave this trading channel to be trading. This was our channel identified before we done this swing failure pattern and this swing failure pattern. Okay, while we were trading this channel, we actually done the video as we were moving up here. I said we can look for a swing failure pattern of the high, swing failure pattern of the low. Of course, I had a short running from here and I had a long running from here. Why? Because I was ready for the swing failure pattern of the high and I was ready for the swing failure pattern of the low. Simple as that, really. And then what we done is we actually broke out of that channel. Once again, my friends, please listen carefully. There was no swing failure pattern, okay? There was no bearish sign off the top of this range. We went straight through the top of the range and we even backtest resistance as support, okay? So what was clear here is that then short is closed. Why? Because we've now broken out of that channel and we left the long still running, okay? So we had the short closed, long left running as we broke out of that channel. And what's our next level above us? It's, of course, going to be looking for $26,000. And as soon as, we're trading at $26,000, we were trading at $26,000 at 7:43 a.m. today. I tell my team I'm still not shorting here at $26,000. Okay. For me, the face cam is freezing. You've just to let me be aware of this. Let's see if we can fix that. There I go. I think that face cam is now fixed. But yeah, really simply for me, it was that simple. Break out of the range, look for $26,000. We get to $26,000. I tell you all, I'm not shorting. I still want to get higher. And, if it's not clear, I'm bullish, right? 8 a.m. this morning. Well, we continue to get that rise at around 10 a.m. Here we are breaking above 26, to around $26,000. No shorts for me, remaining long and chill. Just repeating myself each step of the way what we're getting, right? So now that's enough talking about the past. Let's move on to what I'm looking at right now. I hope you can understand here exactly what I've been looking at, exactly how my bias really has been since that initial break of the channel. Bullish, looking for higher prices, not taking in these short positions, just trading the charts. And for me, the charts have not been bearish. They have not required short positions. And, we've just really simply had levels, but we've just gone straight through the levels. We've actually done really nice support resistance flips and, blah, blah, blah. That's it. That's me trading the charts. And now where we are right now. Okay, so let me just undo this a second. So here we go. Now here locally, what do we have? Well, we initially had this pullback off of rejecting around $27,000. So you can see we rejected $27,000, okay? Pretty much just a psychological round number. And even so to my team, by the way, VWAP will be the support of the day. If you want to see this, I can show you in the trading questions channel. Okay, VWAP support. VWAP would be the intraday support for me, mate. I was asked, hey, Daniel, where would be the short, where would be the long opportunity? Because I said not to open a long at, $26,000, basically $27,000. I'm not going to open a long at 27K. So what do you want to do to wait for the long trade? Wait for the VWAP. That was given around 10 a.m. UK time. Well, you can see how we come down and we tested that VWAP absolutely perfectly. Let's load this back up on the chart. VWAP, yes, was the absolute low of the day. There's the VWAP test. There's the VWAP test. Look at this bounce to the upside. So all you need to do is, I will tell you once again, pay attention, listen to what I say. I'm giving you the levels and I'm giving you exact highs and lows of the day. It's as simple as that. We back tested the VWAP and here we are with our subsequent move to the upside. This is why, my friends, watching this video, I am not in any short positions here on the chart, right? And I am in longs and I am bullish and I am looking for higher prices. Okay. I've said it once and I've said it again. How am I wrong? Well, let's say we put in a lower high here and we crash. I will hold up my hand and say, I was wrong on this call. Okay. I've been very bullish this week. I am looking for higher and I will hold and still say that right now. I'm still looking for higher prices to come. I have no reason to think that this is not, reason to think this is the high at the moment. Right. So, my bullish is obtained from the higher term time frame context, moving this down into a lower term time frame context. Okay, I'm looking at the order flow, I'm reading the charts, and I'm not seeing anything bearish. So why would I start shorting? And I know for a fact there will be people that this week have been shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting. You know, they're trying to short every single rise. That's not the way to be doing it. That really is not the way to be doing it right now. Okay, you want to be calm, collected, recognizing the strength. It's like I wrote here on the chart. Yeah, I've been writing so a lot. If you don't follow on Twitter, just give a follow over on Twitter. But it's like I've been saying over on Twitter, right? It's like I know for a fact there's going to have been a lot of bears, a lot of people just ultra bearish trying to short all this rise. But for me, I'm not doing that. I'm trading the charts. For me, this is bullish. For me, there's no reason for me to. There's no reason for me to short at the moment. I'm not, I've closed my shorts. I'm looking for higher, and my reasonings are based off of the higher term time frame structures. Okay, so but the higher term time frame structure for me is bullish. We're in this inefficiency. For me, there's no short position here. Even then, so you can understand here, right? On the higher term time frame, for me, there's no major resistance that we're at. Okay, so then I understand the context from this higher term time frame picture, and then from this higher term time frame picture, which I feel is bullish, okay, then I start to zoom in onto lower term time frames, and on the lower term time frames, we've had each level of resistance I've had locally marked out. We've really simply just gone straight through each one each time. So for me, that's also not bearish if we're just blasting through a resistance level. Okay. And then even on the intraday perspective, we're giving out support levels, for example, the VWAP. And what happens? We come down to the VWAP for a perfect test, and then we get another rise to the upside. So on the higher term time frame, I'm looking for higher. On the medium term time frame, I'm looking for higher. And on the lower term time frame, I'm looking for higher. So for me, it really is that simple of how, from a swing trader's perspective, I can run my brain off of the lower term time frame perspective too, to give me such conclusions. You can see there really is no guesswork here. I'm not guessing price might go higher. I'm not guessing of where price is going to drop to. No, I'm very clear and concise. For example, while we're trading up here this morning, do you think I'm going to be longing here? Do you think in any shape or form, if you understand me as a trader, I'm going to be longing at the top of the move, even though I'm expecting higher prices to come? I'm not going to FOMO into a long trade there. No, I will do the opposite. I will understand the chart. I will give, I told my team while we were trading that level, by the way, I'm not going to long at this current price. We're trading at $27,000. Okay. What we need to do is wait for a pullback. And for me, that pullback is the intraday VWAP. That would be the interesting level for me. Okay. And that is the place where I would look to long, okay, from there. And so what happens? Price pulls back. Now we're not longing out of FOMO up here. We're longing on a sensible pullback. Okay, for me, this is an interesting level. We get a perfect reaction. And then from the perfect reaction, well, we obviously get in another long trade. Why? Because we've been patient for the pullback. We're still expecting higher prices to come. We've now pulled back to our interesting level of support. We've got a perfect reaction from it. That is a long trade. It's as simple as that, right? And from that, surprise, surprise, you get an absolutely wonderful bounce. So I just want you to understand here, there's no guessing, there's no might do this, it might do this, it might do this, it might do this, it might do this. No, it's for me, I'm bullish, I'm looking for higher. If I get an intraday long setup, I'll take it. I'm not interested in the short trades here because I still have my higher term time frame bullish bias. If you don't know, I am more of a swing trader now. So I'm moving much more towards swing trading. So it's just like I like to take this slow, calm, collected. Okay, I'm not interested in trying to long the absolute low here. Okay, just like last week, I didn't long 19,500. I didn't long 20,000, but we did get into those longs around 2,500. Okay, and there was also a long opportunity of the support resistance flip of 21,700 in my opinion. Okay, that wasn't valid long trade because that was such a key level which was flipped. And then of course throughout the week there's been several more long opportunities. But for me, it's like, what I really want to educate you here is this understanding of higher term time frame perspectives, higher term time frame pictures and biases, how we then convert that onto the lower term time frames to give us our day trading biases, to understand, well, if you've got a level of resistance and really simply that level goes straight through, well, there's no reaction, so there's no trade. Okay. On the flip side, if we have a level of support and we're looking for the reaction and we go straight through the level, well, there's no reaction, so there's no long trade. Otherwise, you get something like this. Well, there's the VWAP. Well, that's clearly a reaction. So guess what? Then you have a valid long trade. Also, you were looking at bullish divergences forming off of this, right? So it's like you have the order flow, you have the biases, you have your coach in front of you in the morning telling you that he's going to be looking for longs, he's looking for higher prices. No short trades for me. I'm remaining bullish team. How could I make it any more clear? If it's somehow not clear, I'm still bullish. I'm still looking for higher. For the whole week, I've been looking for this, right? So one other thing that I really want to educate you on now, and that is going to be understanding like shorting highs and lows. Okay. Somebody says, hey guys, the like button is bearish. That is true. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this video. Hit that like button. Hit that like. Give it a big old like. Obviously, you've probably noticed that we have totally stopped the clickbait thumbnails, the clickbait titles. Clickbait is no more on this channel. And with that, we have lost the YouTube algorithm. Okay, we have lost viewership because clickbait does work. I know for a fact clickbait does work. Okay, but we've took a stance against that. We have stopped clickbait on all types of platforms. We've really stopped that because we, instead of going for the views here, we're really going for a more, this kind of professional look. So, just keeping it true to our viewers. But, that said, you can really help us out here. And that is by really simply giving this video a like. All of our videos, just when you see them, give them a like. You're going to always be educated in these videos. You're going to learn something. You're going to be entertained. In my opinion, you're going to like it. So, yeah, if you can just give back, take a second out of your day, hit that like button. And although we have lost the YouTube algorithm, although, yes, we are getting less views, in my opinion, it's for the greater good, and we're just going to grow organically and naturally without trying to play to the YouTube algorithm and without just trying to clickbait people into viewing, right? It does work, but hey, we're not doing that anymore. And so yeah, if you like that, well, support us by giving it a like. Yeah, so there you go, everybody. Appreciate if you do give a like. And what was I about to say? I was about to say something. Looking for some assistance in the chat. If someone can remind me what I was about to say before I just reminded myself about that. I was about to go on and say something, wasn't I? I literally have forgot what I was about to move on to a topic. Oh, that is totally come off my mind, what I was about to say there. I was about to say about the importance of, timing the highs and lows. I did remember it on my own there, but I'm sure someone's going to comment now. But yeah, I was about to talk about the importance of highs and lows. So I've told you right now, I'm not in a short trade here. I'm looking for higher. So let's say I am wrong. Okay, let's say I'm wrong and price just drops from here. Well, first of all, I will hold my hands and say, hey, I'm wrong on that call. I made a call, I had confidence, and I got it wrong. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll say, I'll be transparent enough to admit when I'm wrong. Happy to do that. Happy to say when I'm wrong. Okay, so let's say we put in this lower high here and we fall down. First of all, I'll say, hey, I was wrong. I was looking for higher. It didn't happen. Second of all, then I need to start looking and adjusting my plan, right? So at the moment, I really believe higher prices will come. Well, let's say that I'm wrong and price drops here and I'm left in a position where now I've not shorted the high. For me, that is fine. And I want to remind you of a few key factors here. My shorts getting closed out really between 21,700, and then the last of my shorts were closed at around mid $24,000. Okay, around 24,300 to 24,600. Okay, so I closed out my shorts here. So let's just say I close. Now let's just say I'm wrong and price drops, right? Okay, so then you have to think psychologically in my mind. I've profited from around, let's say, take the average of closing my shorts from 21,700 to 24,700. Let's just say I'm closing. It was weighted more towards 21,700. Let's say I've averagely closed around 23,500, right? So if we drop from here and we see a major sign of weakness coming back below, 25,300. well, then I could say, well, now I'm going to have to look, unfortunately, for these shorts down lower, but now we have seen a major sign of weakness. And so even if I was wrong here and I have to short at, let's say, 25,300, well, my shorts were closed at 23,500, right? So I'm still up on profits from not shorting the high in that regards. And I had to just admit, hey, I was wrong. I had a confidence in this. I was wrong, and now I've got to adjust my plan. And so for me, it's really important to have that kind of, not necessarily skill, but have that kind of loss of ego. Some people find it really hard to say they were wrong. Some people will take those, short positions and just keep adding to their shorts as price rises because, this market's manipulated. This has to go back down. Finding X, Y, and Z reasons of why the market's wrong and why, of course, their analysis is correct, but the market's manipulated. This is basically down to ego. People just can't admit when they're wrong. Or actually, it's a very big, kind of trait in trading that you need to say, hey, I'm really simply wrong on this bit of analysis. Let's close the trade. That's the good thing, right? You can close a trade for a minuscule loss if you've got your risk management, but if you are egotistical in that regards and you refuse to admit you're wrong and you just keep adding to a losing trade, well, then you go from what should have been a really minuscule loss acceptable under your risk management to adding and adding and adding and adding to now having a very big loss under your belt. It's not necessary, it's not needed. And, the main thing here is just having that, understanding of saying, hey, I was wrong on this, and closing the trade when necessary, right? So for me, next I'm looking for is this NPOC to actually 27,500 because of the NPOC on a lower tick size comes in there. That's basically what I'm remaining patient for at the moment. And again, I am comfortable enough in myself and as a trader, right, to say if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. So I obviously would not prefer to see this lower high put in. It's possible, but that's not what I'm trading for right now. And so I'm trading for then my next level to the upside. And it's like always the same, right? So I have this lovely level to the upside. If we blast straight through it, there's no trade I keep looking up for. $30,000. It's kind of like level to level for me in that regards. And it's level to level, see the reaction. If I get a reaction, just like at the VWAP, I was ready for this level. It's an interesting level to me, just like this is an interesting level to me. If we come up there and we get a really good reaction, then I can take a short trade. If we come down and we get a reaction, sure. If we had came down here and gone straight through the level, well, there's no trade to be had, right? So for me, it's this case of doing my technical analysis, coming in, doing the work, doing the technicals, understanding the levels, understanding what I'm looking for, setting my alerts. Then once that level and alert goes off, check the reaction. For me, there's this very key concept. And I actually, I had people kind of laughing at me, right? So some people were like, oh my God, Daniel, you didn't even long the bottom. What a bad trader you are. And for me, there was no need to long the bottom last week, right? So we wait for the sign of strength. And then instead of trying to catch the exact bottom and a falling knife, which is pretty risky, right? I imagine the same people laughing, hey, you didn't long the bottom, are the same people that tried to long 21,300, 21,000, 20,700, 20,000, 19,800. And then, they lose 5 trades in a row. They've long then the bottom, and then, they think they're a good trader. But what you have to remember is that I didn't long 21,300. I didn't try and attempt 2,100. I didn't attempt 20,300. I didn't attempt 2,900. 19,900. I didn't attempt a single long in all of that. Why? Because this is massive weakness. Why would I try and long massive weakness, right? Instead, wait for the sign of strength and then get into the long trades. You long a little bit higher, but you long with so much more confidence in the chart that you're not going to long and instantly get stopped out. And for me, it's the same here. Why would I keep trying to short and short and short and short what I view as strength? I would prefer, at the moment currently, one of two things. For me, this is not weakness here locally. Thus, for me to short here, I would have to wait for a retracement, a decline in price, and then see some sort of sign of weakness which then I can look to short. Of course, my preferred scenario is go up higher. Just as last week, to be fair, my preferred scenario would have been to go down lower. But I understand if we don't go lower and we get a sign of strength, well, that is bullish and look for longs. And just like here, well, I would prefer to go higher. And if we, we don't, and we get a sign of weakness and we start to break down here, well, I can accept that and price can start to head down. So this is really creepy, right? I see the messages of people in the comments saying there's somebody behind you, and it literally creeps me out. I know there isn't, but that's creepy. That is creepy. Yeah, not gonna lie, it creeps me out when people write that in the comments. But I know there's nobody. I know there's no one behind me really, so it's like, I will tell you this while we're just waiting here and looking at the screen. I will tell you this, that I actually have a really big thing in my mind that someone's going to try and rob. This is the thing, right? So I do have Bitcoin, and I understand that someone could kind of rob me and could get away with it. But for me, for peace of mind, this is why I'm always so focused on having a security system. And trust me, if you have Bitcoin, then one of the best things you can do, even though it might not even be needed, is for your peace of mind, have a security system. Have not only a security system, if you can afford it, have an actual person that's monitoring your house, monitoring your cameras. So for me, I know there's 100%, 99.9% unrealistic that somebody's there, because I have security teams that are monitoring every camera 24 hours a day. So the likelihood of someone getting in through that is almost impossible. So I know that it's not true, but that is why I love to have that peace of mind. And that is I will tell you this, I've done well from trading, right? And one of the best investments I have made is that it's a very good security system. So you can sleep at night like a baby and not worry that someone's going to rob you, not someone's going to come up and try and steal your stuff. Yeah, that's honestly one of the best investments I've ever made, because that used to worry me a lot, especially if you've been a member of Chart Champions for a while. You'll know we used to get death threats, right? So I had death threats. People were saying that they were going to come and kill me and kill my family. My addresses got leaked online. So there was that kind of worry of, wow, people really actually do know where I live. And then people are starting to say they're going to come and kill us and rob us. That's very scary. Trust me. It's although you really don't think it's going to happen, and it probably is just trolls online, there is obviously that thought in the back of your mind of, they do know where we live. And so honestly, for me, the best thing I've ever done was investing in a security system, but then also security people that are monitoring, that are there on hand, that are there to protect you almost, because obviously we don't have gun laws, so it's good to have that peace of mind. But honestly, since we got those death threats, I've always kind of took that thing really seriously, as kind of I think anybody was. But if you've been in charge, that was probably a good 1 year ago, 2 years ago. But let's take some questions. I got robbed once. Please keep your PC and internet safe. Yeah, that for me is also a thing. So it's not just physical security, but it's also having cyber security, right? Because you are right. We do live on the internet, and my work and my life is on the internet. So absolutely true. Colombia would have me iffy too. I have the same setup when I am in Portugal, when I'm in Spain, when I'm in England, when I'm in Colombia, when I'm in Mexico. So I'm moving between these places regularly, and I have the same security throughout every place. So I see a lot of people saying I would be also scared in Colombia. I'm not I'm scared, but I protect myself so I can sleep in every country. Even in England, right? You might think England's really safe, but I'm not so putting it down to luck or chance. Let's see what else. Let's see if we got any questions in here then. So, CC Pool is behind you, Master. Yes, that's something better to have behind me. I'm actually currently in Spain. I'm in Spain at the moment. Just moved to Dubai. I was very tempted. I do not like Dubai and I do not like the lifestyle, but I'm very tempted to buy a house there because of how safe it is in Dubai. Yeah, it's kind of I don't know, because I don't really like the lifestyle at all, but it is very safe. So yeah. And it also is very crypto friendly. So I'm debating to buy. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I have to think a bit more about it, but I am debating to buy. Um, can I ask you two questions? Yes, you absolutely can. What is the stop loss you keep for the trade once you see the reaction from the VWAP? Okay, so for me, this is kind of a simple question. We came down to the VWAP and we got a very nice bounce off the VWAP, which obviously gives a long trade, right? When you come down and you see the reaction. For me, the stop loss is simply then set below the VWAP. So it's similar to a swing failure pattern type trade. You know, we're getting in because of the reaction at this level. So if we lose that level, the trade, in my opinion, should be closed. So for me, the stop loss would be placed below that low that was put in off of the reaction of the level that we've seen. So e.g. below the VWAP. Question number 2, why is the NPOC to 27,500 the next level to look at? Well, the next level above us here is a naked point of control. And 27,500, because this NPOC is different between 50 ticks, 2 ticks, and 1 tick. So this is something I'm running statistics on, right? So for me, that's the reason for the next zone to the upside and why the NPOC could either be 27362 to 227,499. Just because the tick size does change that level. Hi Daniel, you are an inspiration to me. I want to ask how you remain disciplined and consistent all the time for the years of trading. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess this is also a good guide. This is kind of why I like these kind of Friday live streams. They're a bit more relaxing and you can maybe get to know me more personally as well. So it's kind of nice for the community aspect of that. And so, yeah, for me, first of all, yeah, brilliant for you to say that I am inspirational to you. That's wonderful to hear. And for me, yeah, how do I remain disciplined and consistent? Yeah, well, I think you can also think of it like this, right? So I've obviously made a lot of money from trading, enough that more than I and my family and everybody could ever need, right? And I don't take that for granted, by the way. I'm very thankful and, you know, blessed in that regards. And I think a lot of people, when they make that type of money, are going to not, you know, they're going to lose discipline. Right? It's the same sort of type of people that they say win the lottery. Most people blow their money. You know, they're very bad using their money. I first of all, obviously never came from money. For me, money was something that I've always respected. Even though now I could say I have abundance of it, it's still something for me that I'm not going to waste or use irrationally, right? So, you know, a lot of people in my position would just retire, right? Just stop doing anything and just go and party and, you know, live this kind of crazy lifestyle or just become very lazy, right? But for me, I made my money through trading. And so trading is literally my passion and trading is my love. So it's very easy for me to come in here and do what I do every day. Also, I'm not a guy that really thinks, oh my God, this is how much money I got. No, I really didn't change like my lifestyle. I lived as, you know, of course, you know, it really didn't change anything about my lifestyle in that regard. So I don't wake up in the morning thinking about how much money I got, anything like that. I just wake up and think, well, today's a day of trading. Let's go and trade. Also, Chart Champions really helped me remain like consistent in that regards, because for me, Chart Champions really is like my legacy, really is like my baby that I really want to see grow. And so obviously it can't grow if I'm out partying all the time or if I'm out, you know, not on the charts every day. Chart Champions is successful because I myself am a successful trader. If I started to become lazy, if I started to become complacent, if I started to just go out and party and not be at the charts, well, Chart Champions is probably not going to be as successful as it should be, right? So also just reminding myself that I have a very big responsibility for not for myself, but for the others that are learning from me and waiting for me to tell them how I'm looking at the market. Yeah, that kind of really helps me. I'll also shout out to my girlfriend, Isabella. She also is somebody in my life that's come into my life and really helped me understand the importance of, you know, Chart Champions, and what we're doing is so very nice and helpful. And, you know, she's really, really helped me in that regards. You know, I've spoke about this a bit, right? But if you zoom back 1 year ago, I was in this kind of like getting into this like party lifestyle of partying a bit. This is when I was first moving to Colombia, right? And it's kind of hard because you obviously have all these like girls and you got a lot of money and it's very easy out there. There's a lot of universities and, it's kind of like very easy to get wrapped into it, to be honest. It's very easy. And that's why I'm like really happy now. I got my girlfriend, like none of that is interesting for me anymore. She really helped me get back on path because I was becoming, to be honest, like a little bit, not myself, that we can just say that, I don't really want to go out and party and do that all the time, but I was doing it too much. And thanks to her, like she kind of brought me back on track, reminded me of the importance of what I'm doing, of how I got to remain focused and, turn up every day sort of thing. So yeah, she also helped me a lot, I'm not going to lie. And now, I don't miss the parties one single bit. All right, let's move on to the next question. This is the problem of you being in public eye, Daniel. There's always going to be danger. I do agree. Somebody says just don't be in the public eye telling everyone you got millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Then you don't need security. I personally would say even if I wasn't in the public eye at this point, I would still have security. I think because people know people, right? And so I would probably have security nevertheless. But of course, being in the public eye. This is the downside of being in the public eye, of having chart champions, that, that people do know that I do make money trading and people do know that I've got like millions of dollars. Of course, there's downsides of being, I'm not calling myself as famous or anything like that, far from it. I think I've got a very niche, small community, right? But nevertheless, it still has its downsides of that potential security danger, and that's why I take security very, very, very seriously. Even though I really don't think I'd need it, it's that peace of mind, so you can sleep at night, knowing someone's got your back, and you pay them to have your back, but they got your back nevertheless. See if we got any other questions. Would it surprise you if we put in a lower high from here? Yes, that would be a surprise. At the moment, I really don't think we'll put in the lower high here. But yeah, we can see this question here. Would it surprise you if we put in the lower high? Yes. What would be your early warning sign? For me, it would be losing the VWAP would be now my early warning sign. Thank you, Daniel, for answering my question. You're a legend. You're a legend. The crypto goat. I respect Igor too. Yes, Igor is also a legend. Also, shout out to Severin and Rivalry, the two new coaches. They're going to become legends as you see more and more of them. You need to get used to having money. It's not easy. Yeah, I think like, money's one of these things. I've always respected it. So for me, it was very easy to not go out and like blow loads of money. I love to live my life thinking that tomorrow I can lose everything. And this is something that does... some people could find it on, right? But I can be very honest in saying that I really do live my life thinking, tomorrow something very, very bad happens. I lose absolutely everything I got. So I feel very, keep myself kind of down to earth in that regards. I've had car collections, right? I've had the $500,000 cars and all that, but this is not for like the lifestyle. You've never seen me post any of this on social media. I buy that because I enjoy it, not for social media. Not for social media. Right? I don't buy anything I buy to impress other people. Here, Patek Philippe on my wrist, right? This is like a $100,000 watch. You've never seen me post things like this on the internet. I wear this because I like it. I buy it because I like it, right? So it's like, for me, I always live my life in that regards of thinking that tomorrow I can lose everything, but also not be so tight on myself that I cannot enjoy what I got. It's just like keeping everything down to earth in that regards, reminding myself always tomorrow I could lose everything. So I'm not wasteful with my money in that regards. I will enjoy myself and I will have fun and I will treat other people. Of course, I do my charity work. I donate and do a lot of things in that regards as well, right? Which is also something I don't publicize. You don't see me doing videos about it or anything like that. Although there is interest and people are wanting to see that, which is something we could think about. But it's not the reason why I do any of the stuff I do. I don't buy my stuff for other people. I buy my stuff because I like it and I take joy out of it. But I think a good tip from myself, and that maybe you could also take use of if and when you become financially free and make a load of profits through trading, is that, yeah, keep this like mindset of really tomorrow you could lose everything, and that's why it's good to not blow all your money, right? And have a very good savings backup. Like if something went extremely wrong, well, I have money to fall back on. I have real estate, I have properties, I have several different businesses. Trading, crypto trading could go zero tomorrow, right? And let's just say the markets didn't exist. Well, I have other businesses to fall back on. I'm no longer in need of trading. Okay, so all these things for myself are safety nets, or are ways of thinking and having like calmness, which I think is very important. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I should look at that, but Dan told me. Hi Daniel, did you lose friends or get used by them? This is an interesting question that I'll take next. Again, this is more, I guess we're talking more about lifestyle, so to speak, than Bitcoin, but we're keeping our eyes on the chart, right? We still know we're bullish and looking for higher. I'm going to say all my friends that I had from school didn't lose my friends in that regard. No, like, and no, none of my friends tried to use me either. I've never had like a friend that's from school days that has tried to like use me, or knew that I had money and they want me to just do everything and buy everything. No, my friends are really, 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 really good in that regards. Like they don't expect me to do everything. Of course, I can do it because I enjoy it. And if we go out for a meal, I'm going to invite people, right? But there's not an expectation, and I like that. Okay, they will say no. It's kind of, yeah. So did I lose friends from school? No. Have I lost friends from chart champions? Yes. And this is where I think maybe where I was really, really, really trusting of people. I've always been a guy that's extremely trusting. You see me, and I'm going to be like really friendly with you. I'm never going to judge anybody. I see you on the street, I'll talk to you. I'll go out for drinks with you. I'm really, really, really friendly and trusting in that regards. But especially like last year, like my trust was really taken advantage of by people that were like very close to me, that I viewed as friends. They're people that were working alongside me, right? So friends from like school, did I lose them? No. Like friends, I guess like work colleagues, but I saw them as friends. I did get taken advantage of, and my good nature was kind of, yeah, I would just want to say like taken advantage of, and then thus, I've lost friends in that regards. But what, it's hard, right? Because you never truly know if someone's your friend or whether they just see your money and they want to become your friend for that. It's very, very, very difficult. Also, it's very difficult like with the girls. Also, like it's very hard to find a girlfriend for myself, because there's always this like back in your mind, do these people want your money or do they want you? And it's the same for friends. Do they want your money? Do they want you? And like for my friends from school, it's very easy for me to know, well, obviously they don't want my money, right? Because I didn't have money when I was their friends, when I was their first friends. And so now it's a little bit harder. And this, like last year, I got used really badly by people who I saw as my friends. But yeah, they're not really my friends anymore, to be honest. We don't speak. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, I digress. Let's take another question. Hey Daniel, you talk a lot about reaction, but how do you recognize the reaction? It can be really simply as visually. Okay, we can use order flow, which is, you can use our new templates, right? You can come in here and check the order flow. You can check things like the volume, the data, high and lows, time, trade counts. So you can look at the statistics off of that. You can start to look at things like the delta and the volume, okay? The open interest and the CVD. These are your order flow statistics. So you can look at the order flow data, or it could be as simple as a visual reaction. This is simply a visual reaction. We've come down to a level, we've clearly bounced from that level. So this is what I mean by a reaction. It could be visual, it can be lining up with order flow, which of course is superior. but you're waiting basically, instead of just presetting an order and hoping for the best, you're waiting for that order or alert to be hit and then trading the reaction. So it's no longer a hope and guessing game. It's wait for the reaction, then take the trade. Oh, by the way, this is a really good smoothie. This smoothie has 2 bananas, a whole mango. I literally got the mango and I broke it all, whole mango in here, and then also some blueberries. Man, this is lovely. And then some milk. Let's see what else we got. Such a good teacher. Good way of spelling psychology, but I get what you mean. Thank you, and glad you. Actually, we're adding a lot more to our psychology this year. This year, we're going to go a lot more in depth in the psychology. Hey, Dan, you have really improved your mindset. Thank you. Thank you, honestly. What would be your major level up? At the moment, I don't want to really talk about it too much, but at the moment, I'm working on a major project. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm working on a major project at the moment, which is going to will change lives. This is something to do with charity. I don't want to say any more, but we're working on something very nice in that regards. Very, very true, Daniel. It's so friendly IRL. Thank you, my friends. Amen. Amen. How much RAM does your PC have? Pretty sure this PC has 64 gigabytes of RAM. So this is a very, very, very beastie PC. It looks like sparkling water. Does it look really weird in the... Yeah, I don't drink drinks. I am a magician and I drink white noise. This is me drinking white noise. But if you want to know my secret of being a successful trader, it's drink white noise. I'm going to take one final question and I'm going to wrap it up. Just because if you are also following along, you know I have an incredibly bad throat and, you know, I start to get to this, however long this has been going on for. Yeah, almost an hour. Yeah, my throat's starting to feel it, so I'm going to have to wrap it up because I have this really annoying throat problem. Last question then that I'll take will be... Okay, so I'll take this question. How do you get into a trade on a fast move if you need to review the order flow? A 3% wick could happen in a minute. Well, I guess you are correct that a 3% wick could happen in less than a minute, but that's obviously kind of a rare scenario. It's possible, but it's not often that you see like 3% wick in less than a minute. Let me just say this. First of all, when you truly are, I want to say, good at what you do or experienced in what you do, the checking of the order flow can be done in a matter of seconds, right? We have this template set up this for a reason. So you can have this and move across to here. You can move this around. So basically you look at the order flow and you can check that 5 seconds and I've got the data that I need. So checking the order flow can be done in a matter of 5 seconds. Come over here, check the data, 5-10 seconds, I've got an answer based off of checking the order flow. If in that 10 seconds, price has formed a massive wick and I've missed the trade, well then, yeah, I would just say, hey, I missed that trade. I would always say this. I'm not unhappy. I'm not sad if I miss a trade. If I miss a trade, I don't lose any money, right? I don't lose money by missing a trade. I lose money by taking bad trades. So I prefer to miss a trade than take a bad trade. So for me, yeah, checking the order flow can be done in 10 seconds. Of course, you have to be very experienced and very much know what you're looking for and doing. But that can be done in 10, 15 seconds, right? 5, 10, 15 seconds, depending on how good you are. And then you've got an informed decision based off of the order flow. So for me, that is the answer to that question. Like if you find a 5% wick in 5 seconds, well then yeah, we could probably say, well, we've missed that trade. And then either wait for a retest or a retracement or the next trade setup. If you miss a trade, it's fine. It's no shame or no sadness of missing a trade. It's just like, hey, I missed the trade, so what? Let's, move on to the next one. But you can see here, this is a 5-minute chart. And this means after the VWAP, you have 5, 10, you have almost 15 minutes to long here. And then from that VWAP touch, this is a 2.5% move. And if we come up, or let's say we go for this course, good swing failure pattern this high. So this is something I'm always aware of, swing failure pattern type trade. So say you long around the VWAP to the swing failure pattern. This is almost a 3% move. Then you can either look for this swing failure pattern and a move back down, or you can look for it to go straight through to the next level, right? So it's kind of how I approach. I'm always aware of swing failure patterns. They're one of my favorite trades. Of course, I like to short them. But yeah, for me, it's set the alert, check the reaction, which can be done, in my opinion, in 5-10 seconds off of the order flow. Again, if you're a bit slow or new to this, it might take 5 minutes, maybe. But then if it's like the VWAP today, even if it took you 5 minutes to review the order flow, you have 15 minutes to long down here. And yeah, if also, what could speed up your thought process? Well, I reckon a very good way of speeding up the thought process would be when I'm saying things like this: no short trades, looking for higher, long and chill. Well, you're probably going to be more interested, especially when I'm even coming over here and telling you at the exact levels to be waiting for the long trades. Well, that's probably going to help you a lot, right? So if you first of all lack the confidence, you don't really know where price is going next, I can help you with that because I tell you where I think price is going next. And generally speaking, I've got a very good win rate in that regards. And then if you also struggle to know where to long and where to short, well, I'm also giving you the levels on the intraday where I'm looking to long and short. We got daily live streams every single day to help you with that. We got the group of the Discord to line you up and making sure it's very clear exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, no short trades. I'm bullish. I'm looking for higher. Okay, for me, very, very simple to update you that and give you my bias. So if you want to know my bias, if you want to know the next levels that I'm looking at, if you want to get the educational content, of course, the new Elliott Wave series out now as well too. If you want the journal, if you want a journal to journal your trades, if you want the templates that I've got here, if you want the cheat sheets, if you want the speed runs, if you want the whole video library. This is Rivalry's new updates, by the way. Rivalry is very much liked. But yeah, if you want all of that, then you can get that right over on the website now, chartchampions.com. I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to say thank you ever so much. Hope you've enjoyed this one. And yeah, if you want to see more from us, you know where to get it, chartchampions.com. Thank you ever so much, everybody. And CC Paul, I love you all. Cheers, everybody. Thank you. And that's me signing out. Goodbye. Cheers.